Welcome to MBCU Move Forward. Today we're going to discuss about the risk people in the city have and those of people in the rural areas. But before we start, I want you to think about the risk you would take in your daily life. You all maybe think that your life is so secure. In fact, you may be taking more risk than you have expected. So, some of your everyday activities or behavior can lead you to death. For anyone who is in doubt, I think this clip will show you how.
In life, you have choices. They're healthy and not. And sometimes it's tricky to choose what you are. So if you are wondering what makes you ill, it's easy to know because everything will. A is for alcohol, source of addiction, liver diseases, and other afflictions. So how about water? That might be okay. But if it's in plastic, there's B, BPA. C is for corn syrup soda pop uses, and also for carbs found in sugary juices. D, dehydration. You still have to drink, though all these beverages seem like they stink. Eating too little or too much to count. E is for eating imperfect amounts, and eating some things that you shouldn't consume, cause dozens of dishes will lead to your doom. F is for fried food that's filled up with fat. Gluten for G, if you buy into that. H is for hot dogs. Who knows how they're made? I for insecticide. Veggies are sprayed. J is for jerky with way too much salt. And K is for kale. It's also at fault.
But isn't it healthy?
I'm glad that you asked. Cabbage and kale make thyroids too fast.
Forget about eating. I'll just go outside.
But that is where even more dangers can hide. L is for Lyme disease, carried by ticks. Malaria, M, that mosquitoes inflict. N, N-diethyl-toluamide. It kills all the bugs, and it kills your insides. O is for oxygenless recreation. P for pollution in each inhalation. Q is for quicksilver. Fishing is wrecked. R, deadly radon, that's hard to detect. S is for sunscreen, but also the sun. Both give you cancer. Now isn't that fun? T for tobacco, UV for UV. W, watching way too much TV. X, as expected, is X-ray. Y is surprisingly yerba mate. Z is for zealotry, any insistence that you found the key to eternal existence. You can't avoid danger, just go on and try. No matter your actions, you're still gonna die.
Now back to our topic. Today we are with our special guest who will talk about the risk in their hometown. So could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Yorwittaya. I come from Bangkok.
My name is Pattra Phonsawang. I come from Pittsburgh.
Okay, I will start with Mr. Kanyo. So what is the most serious risk in your hometown for you?
In my opinion, pollution is the most important one.
What types of pollution do you face and which one annoy you the most?
I face air, water, light and thermal pollution. And the most annoying one is air pollution.
Why is that?
Because we can't avoid it. Every single time we wake, we inhale a lot of poison gas such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide from industrial factory and car exhaust pipes.
Okay, I see. How about in your area, Ms. Pattra?
Air pollution is not a big problem in my area. In rural, there is no heavy traffic and has a lot of trees. Every morning I wake up and take fresh air. That's very good.
Oh, it sounds great. So, is there any type of pollution that can be commonly found?
Of course, there is water pollution. In my hometown, most people do farming and use chemicals. Then they release them in the river. That's very bad.
Okay, this point shows us roughly the differences between urban and rural areas. So let's continue to another point. I think the next point that will have an effect on everyone is epidemic.
Alright, you all know that when an outbreak occurs, it is easily widespread, though it would be a big impact among the population because the city is so crowded. But I think it would be under control in a short time.
So if it has an effect on a large area, could you tell me how it could be under control or which way that will decrease or lower the rate of spreading?
The most important thing is the advance of medication and technology in the city. So when it occurs, they will find the cure and can spread the preventive measure to the citizen.
Okay, how about your area, Ms. Pattra?
To talk about the effect, I think they are different in a number of infected patients due to a number of population. As Mr. Kan said about the advance of medication and technology, so people in rural areas can reach to useful information, but the commoners who are lacking education may be confused and misunderstand. Therefore, the spread is a bit hard to control.
So the effect of the epidemics between your areas depends on the population number and the development of your areas. So is there any other risk you have while living in the city?
Crime. I think that is a risk for everyone to become a victim.
So can you illustrate which type of crime do you have happened in your resident area?
Crime can be committed in different ways, such as murder, rape, theft, gambling, including cybercrime.
What do you think about the difference between the crime that happened in the city to the rural area?
I think people in urban area have much more need to fight crime because the city, at the center of economy and tourism, has a greater number of victims and greater amount of money, and better transportation system in the city also make escape easier. So that attract criminals to commit crime.
So how are you, Ms. Pattra? What do you think about crime in rural area compared to the city?
I agree with Mr. Kan that suburban areas are safer as they provide more relaxing environment. So people have less tendency to commit a crime. And people in rural areas are also familiar to their neighbor. If something suspecting occurs, they will caution and protect each other.
Okay, so you're going to say that every type of crime is lesser in rural area?
Almost all, but except cybercrime. As the internet connected with the world, everyone can be the victim of cyberbullying or cybercrime, whether you are in the rural areas or in the cities.
Okay, I agree with that. And this is all for today. In brief, the 3 points we have discussed both can demonstrate the differences between the risk people in the city have and those of in rural area. Now it's time. So thanks to you two for being with us today. Have a good day, everyone.